Hello guys, this is Joana Saahirah with another bonus video offered with our online course, How to Create Your First Egyptian Dance Choreography. This one is about the importance of choreographing for dancers of all levels. Why is choreography important for you, the one who is learning Egyptian dance? First of all, let me start by saying that I was not a fan of choreography. I grew up studying classical ballet in the conservatoire. So all my childhood was spent memorizing choreographies I didn't particularly like, I didn't feel, and I associated as I grew up choreography with some sort of obligation and doing mechanical moves I had to repeat until oblivion without feeling, without enjoying. So when I got to Egyptian dance, I had this image of choreography that was not the best. I really didn't want to go into it. I knew my forte, or at least that's what I thought, was improvisation. I was already performing in Cairo, so I was performing every night. It was humanly impossible to choreograph every single dance piece because the shows were long and they were daily. So there was no time to choreograph. I was very much into improvisation. Also, the musicians, Egyptian musicians, they're very much into improvisation. It's practically impossible to have them play the same song twice the same way. They will always change. They will always improvise. They will always do different details and different nuances. And the person who got me into choreography and made me fall in love again with it was Mahmoud Breda, the father of Egyptian folklore, Egyptian dance folklore, and the founder of the iconic Breda troupe. As I started to learn and to work with Mahmoud Reda, something that honors me deeply, as his teaching and choreography assistant, what happened is that he basically pushed me into choreographing. And he told me, even if you don't use the choreographies you create, it's great training for you as a dancer. It will make you a better dancer, better improviser even. So he won me on the better improviser, of course, because I thought I'm never gonna get into choreography. I will not fall in love with it, but if it makes me a better improviser, then I'm gonna go for it. I did go for it at first just for myself and for Mahmoud and just for training. And eventually I fell in love with it. And nowadays I choreograph all the time. I've choreographed hundreds of pieces for festivals around the world, for my private online classes, now for Joana Saahirah's online dance school. And I can say that choreography has been not only a tool for development as a dancer, but also a tool for self-discovery about, discovering who I am, discovering about my creativity, my moods, my state of mind, my state of heart, how I feel at the moment, how brave do I feel at the moment, how far can I go with my creativity, how far can I go with my creativity without disrespecting the culture that I'm representing, the Egyptian culture. So it's something that is more than just a tool to develop myself as a dancer and as a teacher. It's a tool to discover and rediscover myself. So this is a very important point about choreography, and this is the point, first one that I'm going to mention as a reason for you to start choreographing. Okay, choreography makes you balance thought and feeling. So this is another aspect I really love about choreographing, that it forces you to think and it forces you to feel. It also forces you to come face to face with your own insecurities. I usually say in our heads, we are all geniuses, I imagine I will do this dance and that dance and that. And when we improvise, we kind of feel like geniuses. I very often have improvised on a dance, on a musical piece, and when I see the video of this improvisation, I almost die because it's not nearly as interesting as I thought it was. It just felt right, it felt great, but it doesn't look that great. It doesn't result that great. There is a vacuum, there is a distance between how you imagine things are and how they actually are when you do them. And what choreography does is it allows you to come back to earth with both feet on the ground and really see how far you can go how intelligent, how creative, how inspired you can be, not in your head, but in actual dance, in an actual dance setting, in an actual dance sequence. This can be hard for many of us, including myself. Nobody likes to face their own limits. We like to think that we can do always very interesting stuff, but it's important because if you don't face your limits, you don't go beyond them. If you think you're a genius in your head and you actually don't test that perspective, if you don't put it to test, you will never know. Choreographing is a way of facing your own limits. It's also a way of surpassing those limits. It's a way of expanding your imagination, because when you choreograph, and especially if you've been choreographing for a long time, as I have, and for teaching, which means I always have to do new things and present new concepts to students, what happens is that what I've learned along the way in my career is not enough. I have to expand my vocabulary. I have to expand my creative solutions. I have to use my imagination. I have to stretch my mental and emotional ability to come up with ideas for a dance. If I want to keep evolving, and if I want to keep surprising my audiences and my students. So choreographing is also a way of developing your imagination. It's a way of feeling more confident, because there is incredible power in doing things, even if the result is not your ideal result. It's very important to do it. I tell this to my students all the time. You don't go for perfect, you just go for done. Yeah, you do it, and the more you do it, the more confidence you gain, and the more you do it, the better you become at it. So there is also a side of choreographing that comes with the results of actually doing it. When you do it more, you become better at it. You become more self-confident in your creativity. You become more dynamic. You become more aware of the music. You become more aware of all the possibilities, all the steps, all the movements, all the angles, all the directions, all the levels that you can use. It kind of makes you more aware of all the dance technique and skills. It also puts you in contact with the music, with the depth that usual improvisation doesn't do. Because to choreograph, you have to listen attentively to every single phrase of the music and every single detail. Stuff that you may listen superficially if you're improvising, you will have to listen attentively when you're choreographing. And that is also education for your ears, education for what we call musicality. I hope these reasons, there are more, will make you excited about starting to choreograph your own stuff. Again, you don't have to use those sequences. You just have to do them for yourselves if you want, okay? You are also welcome to join our online course, How to Create Your First Egyptian Dance Choreography. We're working with a beautiful song from Warda, Fiyu Muleila. It's a love song, and it's a very happy, passionate love song. I really, really love it. And it's a way also of firing you up, making you excited about the art of choreography, and perhaps even surprising yourself. It's very common for people like me who are fed up with choreographies and saying never more, suddenly falling in love with it and seeing the potential, incredible potential for growth as a dancer and as a person a choreographing process can offer you. I'm sure you will be surprised. Join us, or just have fun doing your own thing. Do it from your heart, do it from your soul, and live it. Live it fully, shamelessly, always free, and always passionate. I'll see you soon, guys. I love you.